What's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name's Connor. I'm an avid outdoorsman and a firearms enthusiast. Today we're going to be talking about what not to do with your digital night vision. Before we get into that, go ahead and like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram. We're going to be doing a giveaway when we hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. You don't want to miss that. So digital night vision is not a super complex technology, but there are a few things you want to work out before you find out you've made a mistake and you're staring at a hog at 2 o'clock in the morning. The first really common mistake people make when using digital night vision has to do with their IR illuminator. This Triton StarStrike here in front of me has a built-in IR illuminator. It works perfectly fine for the type of hunting I do. If you're someone that really wants to stretch out to a couple hundred yards, you're gonna need a more powerful IR illuminator. One mistake that people really make with this is they don't test their equipment and they find out when they're hunting that their IR illuminator is not strong enough. Another thing to consider with your IR illuminator is if you go the uber cheap route, your IR illuminator might not be in the correct infrared frequency and might actually project visible light, which animals will see when you're trying to hunt them. That's not something you want to deal with. The second really common mistake we see people make with their digital night vision has to do with not being familiar with their equipment. First and foremost, shooting at night is different than shooting in the day. That's something you need to get out on the range and practice with before you go hunting. In addition, you want to be really familiar with the buttons on your optic itself. You want to be as familiar with these as you are with the buttons on your PS5 controller. You don't want to be fumbling around at 2 o'clock in the morning in the dark. It's a really good idea to have these buttons memorized. Go in your bathroom, go in your backyard at night, play with the optic, run through the menus, get familiar with it so you're not jumbling around trying to pull out your phone flashlight at 2 o'clock in the morning, or you're trying to read the instruction manual while you're on a hog hunt. The third common mistake we see people make with digital night vision has to do with their batteries. Always bring more batteries. Plan your charging of batteries. You don't want to have uncharged batteries on your hunt, especially if things are cold outside. If you're bringing a jacket, bring extra batteries. Make sure they're charged. That cold weather is going to drain your batteries even faster than it normally would. The fourth and final common mistake has to do with focusing their optic and making a good shot. You want to know what exactly it is you're about to shoot before you pull the trigger. You want to make sure that picture is clear and that you can see it. You don't want to only practice on the range shooting 50 yards and then try and stretch out to 200 yards out in the field. You don't want to shoot your neighbor's dog or cat. You want to make sure you're taking an ethical shot. You want to make sure that what you're about to shoot is exactly what you think it is. You want to make sure that the image is clear. You want to make sure that your focus is dialed in. You don't want, this is not something you want to rush through. Maybe you even need to go to the range beforehand and practice and make sure that you can stretch your IR illuminator out to 200-300 yards or whatever range you're going to be hunting at. You want to make absolutely sure what you're IDing through your optic is exactly what you're going to shoot. So all you old heads that are watching this, all you guys that have been hunting coyotes and hunting at night for years, go ahead and drop some advice down in the comments. Give the new guys some tips, give them some wisdom, tell them about some mistakes you've made over the years so that they can learn from what you've experienced. Digital night vision, it's not a super complex technology. Anyone can get into it, anyone can use it, but there are some things you have to keep in mind when you're going to use it. First and foremost is that practice makes perfect. You need to be familiar with your equipment. You need to work out all the kinks. You need to work out all the problems before you go hunting. You need to be very familiar with your equipment because you don't want to find issues, find gaps in your knowledge while you're hunting. With that, thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Please go comment down below some of your funny digital night vision stories. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. That'll be on our Instagram, so make sure and follow us on Instagram. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.